Hello! In this video, I am going to explain how you can install a Kafka instance in your local machine and how you can connect your Pega instance to this external Kafka instance that is running on your local. So, as you know, with Pega platform version 8.9 onwards, embedded Kafka is not supported anymore. So that's why we need to connect to externalize Kafka, which is now the standard support. So to see which version of Kafka we need to install, I will check the platform support guide. As you see here, Kafka versions to 3, 1 or later are recommended to download and install that. I will go to Kafka page, Kafka Apache org downloads page to install the version which is higher than 2.3.1. So I will install this version, binary version. I will save this and download under my Pega guide folder. So we will wait download to be completed. Now as you see, download is completed. I'm going to go to folder. I'm going to extract the contents here. OK. Then I'm going to extract this content under the Pega guide. OK, now I have the Kafka instance downloaded to my machine. First thing, I'm going to change the config files first for the Zookeeper and second for the Kafka server itself. I'm going to edit this. So here we need to provide the folder name for Zookeeper data file. So I'm going to give this under temp Zookeeper. I'm going to save this. Next, I am going to change the properties, server properties file for Kafka logs. So I will change the log directory to the Kafka logs. I'm going to save this as well. So next thing, to start my Zookeeper and Kafka, I need to open the PowerShell script. First I will go to Pega guide under Kafka Windows. So here you see there is a bat file to start the Zookeeper. I'm going to start that one. To start, I have to provide the configuration file. So, which is under config Zookeeper properties. So I'm going to start this. So while we start the Zookeeper, I'm going to open another PowerShell to start the Kafka instance. OK, Zookeeper is started. Now I will again go to bin folder, and here I'm going to start Kafka server bat. And I need to provide again the config file name, config server.properties. Now my Kafka instance also started and it connected to Zookeeper as well. So next thing, I am going to configure my Pega instance to connect to this external Kafka. To do that, first I will open my personal edition. Here I will go Tomcat under Web Apps PR Web Classes. Here you will find your PR config file, but you can change this location. But now because this is the default location, I'm going to change the PR config file here. We have to change this to connect to the external Kafka. First you need to go to Pega page, which explains which properties you need to set. This will use the external Kafka. So I will copy from the page and paste it to here. Second, you need to provide the broker URL. So for now we have only one broker configured, so that's why I will point to that one, which is in my local. I'm going to provide the IP of my broker, which is my local, and the port is default 9092. So I will delete other brokers because I have only one. Then the next thing is I need to give the replication factor for my Kafka instance. So for now, I have only one. That's why I will set this to 1. And for the connection properties, you can configure security protocol. For now we are not going to connect via SSL, so that's why I will select plain tag from these options. As you see here, SSL or SSL plain tag, I will just go for plain text and then I need to provide the other configurations. For example, for encryption here you see the encryption will be also plain. Okay? Then, you need to provide the topic name pattern. Because you can connect this Kafka instance from several Pega instances. So that's why you need to give some unique name here for your instance. I will give personal edition 8, and then the stream name as a parameter here. You can give like this. PR config configuration is completed. But now I need to set this personal edition that it will not serve as a streaming. Remove stream from the node type within this attend.bat file. So I will come to here and edit this with Notepad. Okay, I'm going to remove the stream as a node type, because this will connect to the external Kafka that we just started here as you see. Okay? Now next thing is to start my Pega instance to see if it'll connect to external Kafka or not. So for that, I am going to open my folder for personal edition. I am going to go to script folder. And here I will click start.bat and it'll take some time to start the server. Now as you see my server started. So I am going to log in and check if my connection to external Kafka is successful or not. So for that, I'm going to open Pega, my local host on a 8085 port. Okay, I will log in with administrator account. It'll take some time to open the login because it's first time that we are logging into this new instance. Okay? Now, first thing, I will check the infrastructure to see if streaming services configured properly. So under decisioning infrastructure services stream here, you see it is connected to external Kafka IP address, which is my local, and then the port is 9092. Then I will check also the admin studio to see if my queue processors are running correctly. Okay, here I will click queue processors. As you see, they are all running successfully. So that means that my configuration to this external Kafka is successful. I will go back to Dev Studio again, and here in the Dev Studio, I will check my search under System Settings Search. So as you see here in the search landing page, it already started to process items from the queue. It's now process 12. If I refresh, that should increase. Yeah, you see it is 14 now. So my configuration is completed. As you see, if you can follow this easy steps to connect to external Kafka, and you will not have any problem after version 8.9. Thank you for watching.